All right, well, that was a pretty
That's
good
right.
show. We could wrap it up here if you'd like. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, there is one thing,
Okay.
and I have to admit, and I'm a bit embarrassed to admit this,
Uh-oh.
but
Here we go.
I recently lost one of my prized top
Ooh,
level domains,
it was a prize
top
one.
level names.
All right.
Yeah. So early on, I had, when the top level names became mainnet, and we could actually bid on them through the whole bidding process. I was like, I was thinking, oh, Noster would be good. I think I'd even got Noster on the test net and was using it to test with. I'm like, oh, let me try to get Noster. And it was, we were bidding on it, and somebody else was wanting Noster too. And I'm like, I bid it up, and they overbid me. I overbid them. It got up to a couple $100 effectively. I'm like, I'm out. But it got me thinking. It's like the Nostr tie-in is very kind of close to heart in terms of Bitcoin spaces. I'm like,
Yeah, it's big.
well, in Nostr, right now they use zapping
Mm.
for communicating and stuff. Maybe it would be useful to like have like a short name like Jason at Zap, and I would know that that's his Nostr, and I could zap him,
That's a good
and
one.
great. So I thought, let me try to get at Zap. So I got in there, and it went back and forth a bit. I didn't pay nothing for it, but I got Zap registered. So I was like feeling pretty proud of myself. And then I was like, back when the development team was talking about how do these top level operators work, there's a way to what they call delegation, where you can say, okay, you can not give up ownership of the name itself, but give someone else the ability
Mm.
to do the stuff to the left of the at sign for you, the sub name stuff, kind of as a delegate that responsibility. So give them the ability to kind of manage that zero knowledge proof tree and put the hashes on the thing for you, because not everybody's going to want to do all the technical stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so I was at a point when these things were coming up for renewal, and I had transferred Zap to another wallet. So I just created another Spaces wallet so that I could have somebody to send stuff to. And
Mm.
also I wanted to like test like sending money back and forth and messages back and forth
Mm.
and signing things. So I had kind of this other wallet, and I had transferred a couple names. Zap was one of them. And then the other one was, well, I'll just say it, PubKey.
Okay.
Um,
I saw that.
yeah, yeah. So those were like two of them sitting in this other wallet, and then just life and other things happened. And I had my main wallet with like most of the top level names that I had accumulated. So that's the one I like watch. I'd like check on it, see what's going on. The one I would use for various sort of testing. And if I ever needed to test something else on a different wallet or between wallets, then I would use this other one. But I just didn't like look at it
Mm.
very often. And like time went by, and I realized like last month, it's like that thing, it expired back in December. I'm like, now when it expires, it doesn't like show up on a name, hey, I'm expired.
Mhm.
It just moves into, well, I can pull it up here
You just
quick. We
lose
got
it,
a
right?
couple. Well, you lose it, even though you were the last owner. You can't just say renew and have it back.
Yeah.
And this is part of the protocol. This
Yeah.
is how it's designed.
This keeps it
It
fair.
says you have to go back through the process of acquiring that, which means that it's available. So Zap, let's see. So I could go. Let's see what was the original.
A lot of bids on Zap.
Yeah. So okay, it was up. It was up. It kind of climbed up. This was the original thing. So the original
So what did it close on?
stuff.
13,000 Satoshis? Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the highest bid. So this is like when I got it, right? So then I transferred it. I took a registered. And then what happened? Like it's it expired.
It expired.
And
Revoked.
it yeah. So this was actually me trying to reopen it on the 10th. So I did. I'm like, man, things are kind of quiet right now. Maybe I can just reacquire it quietly. Who's going to really know? So I opened it back up again. Oops, and it got rolled out, and then the 10 days kind of ticked by, and I thought, okay, I'll just got to remember to get this thing transferred when it's available available to transfer, and it came up like on Saturday, and I forgot to usually I put a little note in my calendar to like remind me. And then I was like, oh yeah, Monday, I was like, oh yeah, I better go register Zap. And I was like, it's gone. I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened? It's like gone. And it's like, and because of the nature of this, like I have like literally no idea who won it. And you can see they just like edged in. They did like one extra sat to sneak it from me.
Some sneaky dog at the last minute,
Some
too. Look, it
sneaky
was
dog
10
at the
days.
last minute.
It was 10
I know.
days.
I know.
Right at the end.
So I'm like, man, that sucks. And well, at least I hope somebody out there is going to enjoy it. And maybe they'll forget about it. Maybe the same thing will happen, and maybe it'll expire, and I'll have another crack at it. Or what's the other option? It gets put on the
marketplace.
aftermarket.
Gets
in
put
the
on the
marketplace. So like,
marketplace.
yeah, you can bet it won't be put on the marketplace for 1,042 sats. That's for sure. So anyway,
Or
that's
maybe
my
someone will hear this and they'll just send it. Maybe they'll make a comment.
Maybe somebody will make a comment. Maybe somebody. Now, I tell people, like, if you want something to play with and you don't want to go through the 10 days, there is kind of a shortcut. And I'm guilty of this a little bit, but just go and look at current auctions.
Yeah.
And see, is there any that have been like sitting and waiting to be claimed mode for a while, and maybe they've completely forgot about it. You can, if you're willing to spend at least a little more than what the last bid was,
Yeah,
you can literally overbid, wait a day, and then you're now the highest bidder, and you can pick it up. So
AGI is not terrible. What's that? Artificial General Intelligence?
Intelligence, yeah.
Pretty good.
So it'll be an auction for another 7 days. So
now, click on that one. I think that one came out and people were, that was revoked too. Yeah, so that one, look how much that went for. 155,000 Satoshis.
Ooh, somebody is like totally stinging on this one.
Woo.
Unless this is the same person trying to get back in on it. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, this is the nature of it, and this is why, it's fair, because you can't just squat on something and forget about it. Yeah.
You got to use it. Makes sense. Now, I wish on one hand, I wish they didn't expire, because that means when you get a name, you don't have to keep making a Bitcoin transaction. But on the other hand, I understand, because for my names, I don't want them to expire. But for other people's names, I do want them to expire.
Right. Well, we're going to have to probably roll it. But one, just to leave some with people, is like, I'm in order to help people manage the top level names and maybe resell them, I'm working on a project to kind of support this. I'll give this is a rough version of it, but it's called Spaces Ops, and it will allow you mentioned delegation. So if it's a name you own and you're willing to delegate it, then I can manage it and help you make money with your name. So nice. This is something I'm working on. And we can talk about it more specifically when it gets more real. But it's it's something that is an example of where we go next with some of this stuff.
Yeah, I'll definitely be using this. All right, Andrew. Thanks for your time today. It was a great show.
Good show, and we will talk to you soon.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.